great estate of Collinwood in 1840. And this night is filled with both hope and anxiety. Gerard Stiles and the police still search for the escaped Quentin and the wounded Desmond. But Samantha's body has been found on the rocks below Widow's Hill, and her death officially termed a suicide. And only Joanna Mills knows the truth. So Joanna has freed Quentin from the bondage of this unhappy marriage and given him, even in his peril, a chance for a new life.
After tonight, you'll never be afraid of anything again. Promise. Promise, promise, promise.
Quentin, you know about Samantha.
Yes.
I'm sorry it happened that way.
Now look, there's nothing we can do about it now. I love you.
And I love you.
When we get to Boston, will you marry me?
Quentin, you know I will. Seems so strange to me, though, for Quentin and I to be making these plans, and Samantha's not even buried.
Samantha never loved Quentin, Dux. The only time love came into her eyes was when she looked at Gerard.
Quentin says we can take no more chances of being separated.
And he's right.
Oh, Letitia, I'd be so happy just to get out of this village.
I remember the first time I came here, when Gerard brought me to this house. Never had any idea I'd be leaving like this.
Now, we've got to be very careful. Joanna's arranging for a boat to meet us at the cove at 3 o'clock. We'll sail from here, we'll go to Boston and pick Tad up there.
And then?
Europe. Quentin says we'll live in Europe. Now, we can't bring anything with us. We don't want anyone to know when we're going.
Where's Gerard?
He's at Collinwood.
Do you have to go back there?
Yes.
Oh, be careful.
I will. Quentin's given me the combination to the safe. There's money in it. Money we'll need.
Well, you be as natural as you can with Gerard. Don't let your fear of him show then. Daphne, do you think I can leave without telling Flora?
Telling Flora what? I wrote this scene in one of my novels, I believe. It was called Winter's Secret. 2 girls were eloping, all very romantic.
Flora...
Letitia, I've been very patient with you. I've been aware for some time that you know where Desmond is. But I haven't questioned you because I thought the fewer people who knew, the better the chances are for Quentin and Desmond. But now something new has developed, hasn't it? Oh, well, you don't have to tell me. I can see it in your faces.
Flora, we're leaving tonight at 3 o'clock.
Is he well enough to travel?
Julia thinks so.
All 4 of you going?
Yes.
Well, Desmond is using good sense. If he should take anyone from this village, it should be you.
Flora. Oh, Flora. Oh, I'm so happy you approve. I made Desmond very happy.
I have no doubt of it. And you'll make me happy, too. But I'm selfish enough to want you to begin now. I want you to tell me where Desmond is. Well, I must say goodbye to him. Surely you both understand that.
We do. We do.
But you mustn't tell Gerard or anyone at all.
I love my son too much to let anyone harm him. Gerard Stiles will do nothing for me.
Where have you been?
On an expedition, my dear Dawson.
Oh, don't dear Dawson me. I expected you to use your powers. Quentin Collins has been at large for 3 days.
And you are worried.
Well, of course I am. He said in court that he would settle his score with me.
Fear is a most unpleasant thing to see.
Well, it's more unpleasant to live through. Now, you've got to do something right now.
Charles, Quentin and Desmond will be in jail by tomorrow morning. I promise you.
You found them?
Obviously, my dear Dawson. Just now.
Well, have you told the police where they are?
No, I haven't, but may I remind you that I am still in charge here? And if I want the police to continue into this investigation, I shall ask for them. Is that quite clear? Do you understand?
What are you waiting on, if I may ask?
You may. You may indeed. You see, I feel that he has not suffered quite enough. No. I want him to know who his real enemy is. Oh, I have a plan. A marvelous, marvelous plan. It includes someone else. Of course, it will take a little time to work out.
Well, who is the other person?
Well, come in. We were just talking about you.
I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
Oh, well, you haven't really.
No, Mr. Dawson primarily would like to see you.
Oh, really? Well, I'm afraid I can't help Mr. Dawson in any way, I don't think.
You're right. Mr. Dawson, if you would understand, I will vouch for Daphne. She doesn't know anything about where Quentin is. I'm sure that you will trust my word. There should be no further questions, I'm sure.
If you'll excuse me, then.
But you're not going to bed right now, are you?
Well, no.
Good. I was wondering perhaps we could play a game of whist later on.
I'm sorry, Gerard. I'm not in the mood for games tonight.
But I would like to talk to you. Would you mind very much if I came to your room later?
She's nervous.
And so she should be.
She knows where he is?
Of course she does. A bit of romantic lovers playing a childish game.
Well, I trust that you won't allow Quentin to escape because of this plan of yours. Why can't you put it into operation now?
Paperwork, my dear Dawson. Paperwork. Certain legal papers are very important to me, and you being a county prosecutor should be able to get them for me.
I'll do anything.
Of course you would. Anything. Now, here's how the plan works, and I want you to do it very quickly. I want you to go over to Lizzie.
4 more hours. Did you find Quentin's money?
No, I was just going to when you came.
Oh, I got so worried about you. Where's Gerard?
Gerard was here. Dawson was here with him. They've left. Gerard will be back.
Well, you better look for the money while he's gone.
Yes, you're right.
Why, Letitia.
Oh, good evening.
Well, aren't you at least going to even smile?
I haven't smiled at you for some time now, Gerard.
Well, I think tonight you should. I'm feeling rather in a sentimental mood. Do you remember the first time I brought you to Collinwood, Letitia?
You was different.
Yes, and I even changed you, too. You became somewhat more...
Oh,
impulsive.
you've changed me. I'll grant you that.
Would you care to have some champagne with me? To celebrate, of course.
I got nothing to celebrate, Gerard.
No. But I believe we must think of something then. We must think of something in order to have a drink together.
Oh, you can drink alone, Gerard.
No, my dear. We shall drink together to a wedding. Yes, Letitia, there will be a wedding tonight at Collinwood.
Who are you marrying, Gerard?
I didn't say I was marrying anyone.
You're almost the only person left in this house. You and Daphne.
But she thinks she is in love with Quentin, does she not? Is Daphne seeing Quentin tonight, Letitia?
What do you mean, love?
Oh, my dear, you used to tell me so much. Perhaps I meant them. They were going to get married.
At Collinwood? Not bloody likely. If Quentin Collins has got an ounce of sense, he's 1,000 miles away from here by now.
As the wounded Desmond is, too? Oh, what has happened to you, Letitia? What has happened? You used to be so charmingly amoral. And now, you've lost your sense of humor, you've lost everything. You're just like the rest of the hicks down in the village.
Well, I prefer what happened to me than what's happened to you. Who is getting married, Gerard?
Oh, my dear, that was merely to amuse you, but I had forgotten that you had lost your sense of humor.
Well, I've got to find Daphne.
Oh, do you have a message for her?
Yes, from Flora Collins. She wants to invite Daphne for dinner tomorrow night.
Well, would you please stay and help me finish some champagne?
It's that music. That same music. If I open this door, will I see into that other time? Flora! Why can't you hear me?
Melanie? Melanie?
Yes, Mama.
Do you feel all right?
Of course. Why?
You didn't answer me when I called you.
Oh?
You seem so inside yourself. Where were you going?
I don't know.
You weren't going to the West Wing, were you?
No, I wasn't. Why did you think I was? Why?
I'm sorry, darling. I just had a feeling.
I don't go to the West Wing. Ever. You know that.
You must not, Melanie.
I told you, I never go there. Why do you keep saying I mustn't? I know that. Why do you keep talking about it?
Melanie, darling, please. I'm sorry if I upset you, but the West Wing has been on my mind all day. Your father went there last night.
Oh, no.
They found him in the corridor, outside the room.
Why does this have to happen?
Nothing has happened, Melanie. We found him.
But if he goes there one more time, he will die.
Darling, I'm sorry to upset you.
He can't die. He can't. I love him so. He can't die. We couldn't stand to have that lottery again.
Don't call it that. Never. Darling, Papa's not going to die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I told you that.
Oh, you had to tell me. You had to. We should leave this house. All of us.
A generation ago, William Collins found that didn't help. It happens to us wherever we go.
We must keep Papa alive.
We will, darling. We will. And now, Papa wants to see you. But you must mention none of what happened. Any of this. Because he doesn't seem to remember anything that happened last night. We don't want him to, do we?
No. I only wish no one remembered.
Flora, in less than 3 hours, we'll be on our way.
I'm sorry to disagree with your plans, Quentin, but Desmond is in no condition to travel.
Now, Julia said he would be all right.
I don't care what she said. Quentin, that's a serious wound.
Our position here is very serious, too. Now, the police could catch us here any minute. You know that. Now, look. You know I'm going to take care of Desmond, and he's not going to die. There are enough things against us. Don't you be, too.
You will sleep, Daphne. You will sleep. You will have your last dream. The dream that you must have and learn that we must be man and wife. Sleep, Daphne, sleep. And you will remember the reason for our love. Sleep. Sleep, sleep. Daphne. Daphne, why are you leaving me? Why?
Don't touch me, Gerard.
I must. You're the only thing that's ever meant anything in my whole life. Why are you leaving? Is there someone else?
I
Is
don't
it?
remember. Why don't I ever remember anything when I'm with you?
You remember the most important thing. I remember that I love you. That I adore you. You will remember that, won't you?
Yes.
And that you love me too? You do, don't you?
Yes, I know that.
Oh, don't ever leave me. Promise me that you'll never leave.
Oh, I promise you, Gerard, I'll never leave you, never.
This is only a dream. But when you wake, you will realize that this must be. That we will share our lives together.
Yes. Oh, yes, Gerard.
That this dream will come true.
Oh, I want it to so.
The first thing in the morning when you look, your eyes will see mine. You will feel my arms around you, and I will feel yours. For you know that I love you. And when you wake, you will remember that I love you, and you love me. You will remember that you love me. You will remember. You will remember. You had a bad dream.
No, not a dream. So real.
We will get married.
Yes.
We will call for the minister shortly. You want me as much as I want you.
Oh, yes, I do.
Where have you been, love? I've been waiting for you in your room. We got to go.
No, no, Letitia, I'm not going to. Tell Quentin I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you? What did he do to you?
No one's done anything to me, Letitia. I've just changed my mind, that's all. I don't want to go any longer.
Why? Why?
I'm going to marry Gerard.
I don't believe it. She's going to marry Gerard? What did he do to her? Why didn't you drag her out of the house?
I did. I tried to. I tried. There was nothing I could do. She wouldn't listen to me. Quentin, don't go there. It's a trap. Quentin, come back and don't go there.
Daphne Harridge, do you take this man to be your lawful husband?
I do.
Do you take this woman to be your wedded wife?
I do.
What God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. I pronounce you man and wife.